Namaste dear students. In the last class we were discussing about quartile deviation, right? We saw what is quartile deviation. Quartile deviation is one measure of dispersion, isn't it? So, what is measure of dispersion? Dispersion means it is the tendency of observations to deviate from the central value. If even though so many observations are clustering around the central value, some observations may have deviate or they have the tendency to deviate from the central value. This property is called as a dispersion. We saw the measures of dispersion, two types, absolute measures and relative measures. We saw two also. First one is range. Range is the simplest one. It is the difference between highest value and lowest value, isn't it? Next we saw which one? Quartile deviation. Also quartile deviation means it is it is also called as a semi interquartile range, or it is range. Range means highest value minus lowest value, but interquartile means what? Upper quartile minus lower quartile. Semi in the sense divided by 2, isn't it? So, quartile deviation formula is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. Then the coefficient of QD is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1, that also we observed. So, next we did the problems. However, you know how to find Q1, Q2, Q3 in raw data if discrete frequency distribution is given, X value and F value, or continuous frequency distribution given, class interval and frequency is given. How to find? Just you must know how to find Q1 and Q3. Formula is very simple, Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1, coefficient of quartile deviation. QD formula is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. So, even though quartile deviation is a better measurement, it has got its own demerits. See what are the merits and demerits of quartile deviation. See, first merit, first one, it is also easy to understand and simple to calculate. It does not require much details of any other. It is very simple, easy to understand and simple to calculate. Second one, it is not affected by extreme observations, isn't it? Extreme observations, whatever may be extreme observations, because Q1 and Q3, Q1 does not come in the first, it is first ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ Q1 and Q3 somewhat. So, extreme observations ಹೇಗೆ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ it doesn't affect much by extreme observations which are QD, quartile deviation. But remember one thing, it has got its own limitations. See, we saw QD means it is just the difference between, suppose this is the frequency curve, it Q1 means this one, this is Q2, this is Q3. Q1 means first 25% observations are less than Q1. So, it does not come, so only I told it does not come here, it comes here, 25% observations are less than Q1. Q2 means as you already know, Q2 is same as median. So, Q2 is same as median. Next Q3, Q2 50% observations are less than Q2, 50% observations are more than Q2. Q3, first 75% observations are lesser than Q3 and 25% observations are more than Q3. So, here what we are doing in QD we are measuring this one, Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. So, we are considering only Q3 this much, Q1 means this much, Q3 minus Q1 means first this much observations we are taking, isn't it? Deviation we are taking means it is just 50% observations. This 25% and this 25% observations we are omitting here. That is one demerit of QD. In QD we are taking only 50% of observations and we are omitting 50%. That is one demerit of QD. So, demerits means they are not based on all the values. while constructing or while calculating quartile deviation, we are omitting 50% observations. We are taking into consideration only 50%. Second one, they are not calculated in relation to any average. See, they are not calculated in relation to any average. So, while taking deviation, we are not taking deviation from any measure of central tendency. We are not taking deviation from arithmetic mean or median or mode. That is one demerit of range and range also. Similarly, quartile deviation also. Next, we will go to third one. There are merits, demerits, we saw problems also. Next, third measure of dispersion, that is mean deviation. Mean deviation. Mean deviation, what is mean deviation, how to compute and all we will see. So, mean deviation. So, in short we can write as a MD, mean deviation. So, mean deviation means what? Mean deviation, as the name indicates itself, mean deviation means here we are taking deviation from any measure of central tendency. It may be arithmetic mean or it may be mode or it may be median. So, simply the definition is mean deviation is defined as it is the deviation of arithmetic mean from any measure of central tendency. So, it is the mean of deviations of a set of observations from any measure of central tendency. Observations from any measure of central tendency. See, remember one thing here. See, one thing you have to remember here is it is the mean of, it is not only the mean, it is the absolute mean of, it is the absolute mean. Remember this word absolute mean. Absolute mean means we are taking the magnitude or absolute value of deviations, modeless. Hope you remember mean deviation from in your 10th standard. So, same here absolute deviations we are taking here. It is the absolute mean of deviations of a set of observations from any measure of central tendency. So, here any measure of central tendency they told. Why? It is the it is the absolute deviation. As what may be the formula that I am telling, it is the absolute mean of, mean means sigma divided by n, isn't it? A sigma of something, it is the total of something divided by number of observations, isn't it? It is the absolute deviations. Absolute deviations means we are taking which one? Absolute value. It is the absolute mean of deviations of a set of observations from any measure of central deviation. Deviation means x minus something divided by n. This is the formula of mean deviation. So, mean deviation formula is, now itself you remember, it is the absolute mean of deviations of a set of observations from any measure of central tendency. So, absolute deviation means sigma divided by n. It is the mean means this one. Then sigma mode x minus a divided by n, isn't it? So, sigma divided by n, here we are taking deviation, absolute deviations I am taking, that is x minus a. A may be any measure of dispersion, that a may be arithmetic mean or a may be median or a may be mode. We are taking deviations from any measure of central tendency. Remember this one. So, next we will go to one by one First we will take a mean deviation from mean, how to calculate, then mean deviation from median, then mean deviation from mode. Anything we can calculate. See, first row data. Row data means what? If observations are x1, x2, etc., xn. See, mean deviation is denoted by, first I am taking mean deviation from mean. Mean deviation from mean. Any central tendency you can take. First I am going like in the order, like first mean, next median, next mode, like that only I am going. So, mean deviation from mean. In the case of row data, first case this one, in the case of row data, how to compute? That is mean deviation equal to, formula is sigma modulus, sigma absolute deviation we are taking, remember, x minus x bar divided by n. Remember the formula, mean deviation in the case of row data is sigma mod x minus x bar divided by n, isn't it? So, x minus x bar divided by n. For computing this one, what and all we want to compute first? X will be there, observations they may be given. First we have to compute x bar we have to compute. Next x minus x bar we have to compute. X minus x bar may be positive or negative, but we have to take the absolute deviation. So, absolute deviation is always positive, divided by n. N denote number of observations. Correct na? Next relative measure is there, that is coefficient of mean deviation from mean. That is coefficient of mean deviation from mean. That is nothing here, mean deviation from mean divided by arithmetic mean. This is a mean deviation from mean. The answer we will get here, correct na, divided by x bar. That is a mean deviation from mean divided by. So, this one will be same for all the cases. Mean deviation from mean is mean deviation, coefficient is a mean deviation from mean divided by mean. See, in the case of median, what will be coefficient of mean deviation from median? It will be mean deviation from median divided by median. Similarly, coefficient of mean deviation from mode is mean deviation from mode divided by mode. Clear na? This is the case when row data is given. Suppose discrete distribution is given. Discrete distribution means what? X values and f values will be there. So, in the case of discrete series, this is the second case. Discrete series means here what and all will be there? One column for x value, one column for frequency. X values will be there, observations will be there with the respective frequencies. In the case of this discrete series, mean deviation from mean is equal to sigma, remember one thing here, sigma f into, because frequencies will be there, sigma f into mod x minus x bar divided by not small n, here capital N. Remember one thing, you have to remember one thing, which one? If frequencies comes means in the denominator it will be capital N, total frequency will be there. If row data means number of observations will be there. So, here mean deviation from mean in the case of discrete series is sigma f into mod x minus x bar divided by capital N. So, this is the case. Next coefficient is same, that is coefficient of mean deviation from mean is mean deviation from mean divided by mean, it will be same in all the cases. Third one, continuous series. Continuous series. See, in the continuous series, what we are doing? In the continuous series, what and all will be there? Class interval will be there, then frequencies will be there. See, here also formula same. Formula is same, there is no difference in the formula in discrete and continuous series. What will be the difference? Here x denotes what? Here x means x values. In the continuous series, x denote yes midpoints. X denotes the midpoints. X bar, however, we have to calculate fx ಮಾಡಿ sigma fx divided by capital N, we will get x bar. Then capital N also same, capital N means total frequency. Only the difference here is here x denote, in the continuous series x denotes the midpoints of the class interval. Okay, next coefficient is also same, sigma f mean deviation from mean divided by mean. Okay. Okay, next we will go to which one? Mean deviation from median. Mean deviation from median. This is the first case we saw, mean deviation from mean. Next mean deviation from median. Mean deviation from median. Here also the formula and all bit change, only in which one? Here we are taking deviation from median. So first we have to compute median. Mean deviation from median formula is mean deviation from median equal to sigma modulus value x minus median divided by n. In the case of, I am telling here only, in the case of raw data, first case 1 raw data. Raw data means just observations given. Mean deviation from median is sigma mod x minus m divided by n, where m denote which one? M denote x values will be given, isn't it? You know how to find median in the case of raw data. How to find? First arrange the observations in ascending order. Next median equal to n plus 1 by second term. So which value comes? That is median. Next take absolute deviations from each values from median. N denote number of observations. How many observations are there? This is the case in the case of raw data. In the case of discrete series, what will be the difference? Same difference here, isn't it? Discrete series, I will write here discrete series. In the case of discrete series, first x values and f values will be there. How to find median, you know? Yes, first we have to compute less than cumulative frequencies, isn't it? So less than cumulative frequency, in that median equal to less than cumulative frequency just greater than or equal to, first compute capital N by 2. Here also we calculated n plus 1, right? So n plus 1 by 2, how much it comes? Then less than cumulative frequency just greater than this value, not that one median, the corresponding x value. The corresponding x value will be our median. X value will be there, f value. First find less than cumulative frequency. Next capital N you have to find, n plus 1 by 2 you have to find. Then less than cumulative frequency just greater than this one, it comes somewhat here. So this one, the corresponding x value is our median. Formula same, formula doesn't change. So formula mean deviation from discrete series is it is sigma f into mod x minus m divided by which n here? Yes, if discrete series or any frequencies comes means it is replaced by capital N. So that is capital N. Here also what will be coefficient? Coefficient will see. Before that continuous series. Continuous series also same procedure, and here sigma f into mod x minus m divided by n, same this formula itself. Only the difference in the continuous series, class intervals will be there. So x value means midpoints. Then one more, how to find median? Yes, median is first you have to find LCF. then corresponding class will be there, median class, then apply the formula m equal to L plus n by 2 minus F into C divided by F, correct na? So, that is a median. So, median we found in the series of, in the continuous series, formula is same, this one, mean deviation from median. Then here also coefficient is a coefficient of mean deviation from median, which is equal to sigma, sorry not a sigma, which one, mean deviation from a median divided by median. Same in the case of arithmetic mean. Here arithmetic mean was there in the case of arithmetic mean. Here which one is there? Here comes yes, median comes, mean deviation from median divided by median. What will be in the case of mode? Yes, mean deviation from mode divided by mode. So, next mean deviation from mode. Mean deviation from mode. Here also same, all the formulae are same, no need to worry for the formulae, because once you know which only remember first formula. Same here, which one they asked, we have to see. Mean deviation from mean means we have to compute mean. Mean deviation from median means we have to compute median. If it is mode means we have to compute mode. Mean deviation from mode. Correct na? Mean deviation from mode is formula is how to find mode, you know. In the case of raw data, the value which occurs most time or more frequently. Raw data formula is mean deviation from mode equal to sigma mode x minus z divided by n. Z denote the mode and n denote number of observations. In the case of discrete series, the formula is in the case of discrete series, formula is sigma f into mode x minus z divided by which n? Capital N. Same in the case of continuous series. In the continuous series also same formula, sigma f into mode x minus z divided by capital N. Here x denote in the continuous series, x denote which one? X denotes the midpoints. Okay. Hope you know how to find the mode in the discrete and continuous series. Same method, nothing changes, only the difference here is capital N. If frequency comes means no need to worry for anything, you have to compute total frequency. Then one thing you have to remember here is, see, we can compute mean deviation from any measure of central tendency, mean, median or mode. But mean deviation is least when it is measured from median, not from arithmetic mean. Remember, mean deviation is least when it is computed from median. See, mean deviation from mean for the same series, mean deviation from mean, then mean deviation from median, and mean deviation from mode if we take means it will be the least one, smallest one. So, this is called the minimal property of median. This is called as minimal property of median. Minimal property of median. So, remember, this is called as minimal property of median. So, minimal property of median tells that mean deviation is least when it is measured from median, not from arithmetic mean. So, this is called as the minimal property of median. And one thing you have to remember, in your problem ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, mean deviation from mean or median, mode, anything, nothing is given means you have to compute mean deviation from median. So, because mean deviation from median is least. Next, what may be the merits here? Merits, it is also not easy, not much difficult, isn't it? It is first merits means it is well defined. It is well defined by a formula. Then it is based on all the observations. Remember, one thing you have to remember here is here we are calculating the deviation from each observation, isn't it? So, it is the best compared to quartile deviation and which one? Yes, range, isn't it? Here we are taking into consideration all the observations. That is one merit of this mean deviation. Second one, here we are next demerits. Merits, it is not much easy, I am telling, it is not much easy to understand, but it is well defined and it is based on all the observations. Demerits means it is bit difficult because here we are taking absolute deviations. Here we, that is one demerit also. The demerit is here we are ignoring the deviations, isn't it? Then for open end distributions it is difficult to compute. Okay, that is about which one? Mean deviation. We will discuss the problems in the next class. Thank you.